Welcome to day 5 with the KR850 multicolor rib. Today on CJ's Knits, we are going to go to page 38 of the KR850 manual, and we're going to start multicolor rib knitting using double bed color changer, 1x1 needle selection, and we call this one Jacquard. So the first thing we have to do is we have to set up the double bed color changer, and then we have to do the needle selection to set it up correctly. Double bed color changer is now installed, and now we will do the alrighty. And now we will do the proper arrangement. We have to make sure that the end needle is on a dash, because if you don't have it on a dash, you won't be happy. Oh no, end needle is not on a dash. The correct one is this one. Wrong is if the end needle is on a dash. So I'll do a close-up and then you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so what they mean. You have a dash here and a space here. So if the end needle is in a dash, you're not going to have a very good day doing Jacquard. If your end needle is not in a dash, then you'll be fine. So it doesn't matter what the width of your graphic is when doing Jacquard. Make sure that the end needle on both sides, well, no, not on both sides. End needle on the right side is not a dash, and the end needle on the left side is in a dash. So I'm going to load up a pattern that we can actually see the effects of, and then we'll get going from there. Okay. Coming up. Now, end needle has to be also in half pitch. So there is where it needs to be. And on the other side, should be in a dash. That's in a dash. Then that one has to come forward. Okay, so end one's in a dash, and we should be good from there. All right, I'm going to pause for a few minutes, choose some yarn, and input my pattern, and then we'll be back to do this video. Okay, let's start with our yarn choice. I have two very thin yarns. Because it's full needle rib, it's going to be hard if you try and use thick. And this is going to be double bed Jacquard or birdseye. So you're going to need to be able to layer them without having distortion in your project. I hope that makes sense. We're going to start with our simple cast on for full needle rib, put up the ribber comb, and then we will start knitting the project. Okay. Deep breath. Turning on my machine, my pattern's all ready. Pushing the KRC button on my 940. Going down to 0, 0, 0. Inserting yarn 1. putting a clip on it. Bringing my carriages forward and leaving that sit. Next, I have to load my second yarn. Similar maneuver. Drop the yarn between the beds. Try and find it. Locking it into the ribber at the bottom. And then bring it all the way over to 3. Clicking. And now it is loaded. Deep breath. Resetting my row counter. This is a all over pattern for me. Make sure you are in half pitch. Oh, okay, I gotta find my combs again. Okay, combs are found. Going underneath. Putting my thumb on 0. Coming up through the beds. Making sure I'm actually at 0s. Ah, there's 0. A little bit more over this way. All right, we're going to do that lowering thing again. So you can actually see inside. Okay, we're at 0s. Okay, my position of my cast on comb is not good for the broken toe cast on. I am not in the right space for that maneuver. So one has to make sure that one does not try and do that when you have the teeth in the wrong spot. I am going to do my circular rows at tension 2 and 2, still with yarn 1. Oh, we're caught on something here. Yeah, we're still caught on something. There's something going on. Oh, there must be a needle still in work. All right. Well, I'm going to have to undo this and figure out what's going on. I was right. My comb here was caught on the end, which happens. Got to put in the weights too. So I have big barrel weight on end 1, big one on end 2, and then one in the middle. Okay, so now we're going to start again. We are knitting on the ribber, part on the main. Oh, I am not properly on the thing. Now we're locked in after our little accident there. Okay. Need to do knitting this way. You know what? It's not always a perfect day. Make sure that we're not caught anywhere. knitting both sides. I'm going to knit a couple rows just to make sure that my cast on comb does not get caught on my brackets. Which it was. Okay. Going back again. Cast on comb is clear. Cast on comb is clear. Okay, outside the turn mark, going KC1, coming back across. Now let's read. In this pattern, you need to use the double bed color changer. That is an option. Oh, yeah. So read its instruction manual as well as this for explanation. You can knit beautiful multicolor rib knitting pattern with the 1x1 needle selection. That have the needles of KR side selected alternately. All right. Arrange the needles of the KR side in even number. You can see the number easily by the even number marks on the needle position indicator. So that's those little dashes. If you knit with odd number needles, you shall not be able to knit any more after a few rows. Arrange the right or left needle on the even number mark, not both needles. Okay, that makes sense. Needle selection by KR change knob. The needles of the KR are always selected alternately from the second needle looking from the carriage side. All right. How to knit the multicolor rib knitting pattern. Set the color changer and make preparation to use it. Refer to its instruction manual. Knit several rows and place the carriage on the left side. We did that. We started the graphic, so we were outside the turn mark. We set the knob of the K carriage for KC, so we put it in KC1. And then we move the carriage to the right. The knitting needles in KH are selected, and they were. Set the knobs and levers as follows. Set the card lock lever. Okay, we've unlocked it. Push both cam buttons for part. Push the KR change knob left and right to the lily marks. So lily, lily. Can you see that? Nope. Hang on. Okay, so what I did is I have it in KC1. I have my tension at 2. I have pushed my part buttons. I have pushed in the buttons on the ribber, the lily buttons, to ILIL. That's why we call them lily buttons. So from normal to lily. I then have to put this lever here to lily. I also need to do PR and PR. This stays in R. Hang claw weight type hangers and small weights on both edges of the garment. Operate the carriage to the left. Change the yarn according to the number on the left side of the punch card. Now, in the case of an electronic, you will see a number in the display. Let me move my stuff again. Okay, so on an electronic, you will see the number 1. This is color 1. When I start knitting across, the number 2 will show up. On the electronic, when it says number 2, that doesn't mean, oh my god, I'm supposed to be knitting in color 2. It means you will next knit in color 2. So we will switch to color 2. I'm going to back up the camera so you can see the whole bed. Okay, so we are backed up. We have all of our settings in place. We're in part. We're going to knit across. We're going to switch yarns because number 2 is in our display. And we're going to come across. Hang on. And now we're going to knit across. Switch yarns. You will always switch yarns when you are on the left-hand side of the bed. So now I need color 1. Color 1 is forward. One, two, color 2. One. Two. One. Two. And that's the gist of it. I'm going to finish this graphic and then I'll remove it on waste yard. And then you'll get to see what it looks like. Okay, my graphic is all done. I'm now going to turn off my knitting machine. Turn to NL. Take off the lily buttons. Normal knitting. And now I'm just going to knit a couple of rows in white. So color 1. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to take it out of half pitch. And now I get the joy of moving all of the stitches from the ribber onto the main bed to cast it off. Because I don't want to lose this graphic. So here I go. I'm not going to make you view me transferring stitches. You see it enough in other videos. So we're going to stop the video. We'll come back when I have it off the machine. Just to be clear, the KR 850 manual does not cover the other types of Jacquard. So we're not going to do those today, but the next video will be plating, which is something the KR 830 does not claim to do. So when I'm done transferring, we will do plating next. Okay, so this is the project. You can see how we have blue and white lines here, well, dots. What's happened with the lily buttons is that the ribber has tucked and knit and tucked and knit in a 1x1 pattern. And this is the reveal of the pattern that I did. So there you go. It's a very nice picture knitting. Yeah. I'm now going to finish this project for the dog, because that's what it's for. And then we will do plating. So, there you go. Next up is day 6, plating.